One of the absolute best ways to get clean, professional sounding vocals from home is to do denoising or cleaning of your vocals after they have been recorded. Hi, I'm Reagan Ram with OrpheusAudioAcademy.com, helping you make better music and grow a fan base online. In this video, we're looking at 3 different techniques for denoising your vocals in increasing levels of complexity. So first off, why should you denoise your vocals? Well, number one, you might have stuff in your vocals that sound like this. Right? Stuff like that you don't want to be in your song. You want to remove those. But also you've got like headphone bleed. You've got other background noise you might have. Like if I cycle this, you can hear. Like you can hear my chair and the headphone bleed. So different stuff like that, which in the context of the whole mix, you're not really going to hear so much. You'll be surprised when you take it out, you kind of notice that it's gone, and you notice a clarity and just a pristineness that wasn't there before. Plus, when you're adding other processing like compression and limiting, you're going to be bringing up those quieter sounds, including the headphone bleed and all those other background noises. And you might not be able to, put your finger on it, but you're going to be able to tell, hey, something's not right with the vocals. They sound kind of, I don't know, distorted or not as clear, kind of muddy. And so denoising them is going to help just get you much more pristine vocals. So with that, let's look at the first way to denoise. And you probably know this one already. It's pretty simple, and that is just to trim the silence. So we can go like this. Make sure I'm not doing the other track there. So for this one, we would go like this, right? Get all the way as close as we can, right? There's a little breath there. We'll take that out. Right, maybe I want to go in here and cut out this breath as well. All right, so we're de-breathing as well.
Candy cassettes playing my mind. Rewind, let's go.
Now, you want to be careful with cutting that you don't take those, create like an abrupt stop there. You kind of heard that right here.
Rewind.
Right, there's a little bit of the breath there, so we can pull this here. By the way, if you want extra help recording, editing, and mixing pro vocals from your home studio, then be sure to grab my free vocal production cheat sheet in the description below. This will give you everything you need to produce pro quality music from your home studio, even if you're recording in a bad room without any acoustic treatment.
My mind, rewind, let's go back in time where the rhythm takes me to a sweet escape. No, you don't ever stop the tape.
And that's okay, but notice what the problem is here. I'm just gonna undo this real quick. Problem with this is, right, we're only denoising the parts where there aren't vocals. What about all the noise that is in the background of the actual vocal? All right, we can't actually take that out this way. So a better thing we can do is we can use a tool like Clarity VX by Waves. This is a really amazing tool, and this will denoise with just one control here. So you just dial this up to determine how much of the ambience you want to reduce. And you have 2 different neural networks. You can hover over them to see what they do. So number 1 is better for keeping the voice detail and secondary speech. So basically this will be less extreme. And then there's broad 2. Which is better for severe ambience and keeps mostly main voices, so it's close to the mic voices. And there's eco, which works for like dialogue and speech, which you're not going to really use unless you are, editing videos or something. But since we're doing music here, we're going to use this. By the way, I use this all the time when I edit my videos because of all the background noise from my children. So we'll go ahead and see what this does now to our vocal. Go ahead and crank this up. Already big difference. So you can hear that headphone bleed. Headphone bleed gone. Still hear it a little bit. So if we crank this up, we should take out all that noise. Yeah, you can't really hear anything. And then we'll make sure the rest of the vocal still sounds good.
Candy cassettes playing my mind. Rewind, let's go back in time where the rhythm takes me to a sweet escape. No, you don't ever stop the tape.
Now, you can't really tell a difference. That's pretty darn awesome. And so that's how you can already really have cleaned up your vocals a ton. All right, that is step 2. Now, before we move on to point 3, where I share with you the absolute most precise way to go about denoising your vocals, go ahead and hit the like button if you found this video helpful so far, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any new tutorials I release on home music production. All right, now let's look at the best way to do this, and that is to open it up in a tool called RX by iZotope. I have it set so that I can open it up inside of Logic. I did that by going to Logic Pro, Settings, Audio, and then I selected File Editor. And here you can set your external sample editor, and I chose iZotope RX8, which is what I have. I believe at the recording of this video, they already have iZotope 10, or they have RX10 out already. But I'm getting along fine with 8 right now. So first, glue all these tracks together so I can edit them all in one go. Denoise them in one go. So now that that's all merged, we can do edit, open iZotope RX8 audio editor. And this might look different in your DAW. I don't know if your DAW allows you to open this up inside of it or not. You might just have to edit the track outside of your DAW. So here we are, and we can see now the spectrograph of our audio from bottom to top is frequencies. So you can see at the very bottom here, it's like, I guess it's 0 or 20 hertz. And then all the way up to 20 hertz up the top here. And then the brightness is volume or amplitude. So we can see everything here. So we were over here. So you can hear where I was clearing my voice. You can see all this stuff here. Just turn up the brightness. See, all this stuff in here is noise, right? We're not singing here. There's no vocal, but you can see all this like rumble down here, low frequency stuff. That could be like different stuff in my room, like fan noise. Right, there's all stuff in here. I've got like an air handler return from air conditioning in my garage, which is on borders the wall of my studio here. So all kinds of noise could be coming in from here, from that, background noise from other noises in the house. And of course, clearing the voice here. Right. So what we can do is we want to take that space where there's noise, like right here, and we're going to pull up spectral denoise. And we are going to go ahead and learn that. So now we've learned the noise profile, and I'm just going to pull up the threshold and reduction here now. And we're going to put in our curve here. So we're going to kind of adjust what is going to be taken out here. And I'm going to put it kind of like right in the middle of this curve. And then we're going to try to make it as flat as possible for best results. Pull this down. It's not going to be perfect. And then I'm going to smooth it out a bit here. So it's fairly straight. And now listen to output noise only. So this is going to hear, we're going to allow us to hear only what's being taken out. So this is going to show us that what's being taken out. So we'll now hit preview. And we can't hear very much. So let's turn the threshold up and reduction. All right, starting to hear some of that noise being taken out. So we want to make sure we're not taking out any of the vocal performance itself. So I'm not hearing any vocals. If I turn it all the way up, still can't really hear much. So we'll go ahead and just pull this back a bit. It's not being too extreme. That sounds pretty good. We'll turn output noise off. And then I'll hit Command A here on my Mac to just select all. And then we'll go ahead and render. And we're going to see these like cloudy sections here. We're going to see those get reduced. Boom, those are gone. So just like that, the noise is gone. And I mean, that's what Clarity VX is basically doing by waves, but this gives you a lot more control of other things you can do, right? So like I can see this stuff here. And I can just go ahead and highlight that and just like silence it. So if I hit Shift S is one of my key commands. I'm not sure if this is default or if I set this up myself, because you can customize your own key commands in here. I just hit Shift S to silence that. And we can also select DS or debreath things. So we can see in breath here. So
Candy cassettes play in my mind. Real.
Right here is a breath.
Rewind.
Another breath. And now you can go through here manually and do that, but there's also a deep breath control here, so we could try this as well.
The rhythm takes me to a sweet escape. No, you.
Right, we heard a breath right there. So let's preview this now.
Rhythm takes me to a sweet escape. No, you don't.
So you didn't really hear that breath. So if we do output breaths only, we'll hear now what's being taken out.
Rhythm
Pretty good, and we can adjust the sensitivity and so on. But I'm only hearing breaths, so that's pretty good. So like I could go ahead and like highlight all this and then just do render, and we're gonna see those. Whoops. Now we only have breaths. So we'll do undo. Make sure you uncheck the output breaths. Only I've done that a bunch of times. Render. There we go. Now the breaths, they're not completely taken out. I could have like increased the sensitivity or the gain here, but they're greatly reduced, which I think is good enough.
escape. No, you don't. No, you don't ever stop the team.
Cool. And then like you can also take out plosives if you have any. I don't know if I have any. We're gonna look for these dark shapes down here at the bottom. And like I can like highlight just that section if I want to here, and then click this play button with the serrated edge around it. Now we're hearing only that part of the vocal. And there's some kind of bumpy sound down there. So I'm not going to be so extreme with that. I can just pull up like the gain tool here and maybe just pull that down like 10 dB or something. Right. I'm probably going to EQ this and take that out anyway. But right, this is all like from 100 hertz and below. And just take that down. And sometimes it creates like visual glitches. I've noticed, at least with this version, where it doesn't look like it's been reduced, but it actually has been. Sorry, we've got all this noise in here. Just knock that out. And I have another tutorial on RX and all different ways you can use it to clean up vocals that where I'm working with a much more poorly recorded vocal with more problems. So you can check that out in the description below. All right, so then with that, we can just hit File Save or Overwrite Original File, and then it will apply what we've done. And I can close this out, and we can see it will rewrite the waveform. And now it should be cleaned up, right? Clarity VX is turned off. We got my cough out, no longer in here. Do we hear any headphone bleed? Nope, very clean. And now we've got a clean vocal. Now, like I said, denoising your vocals is just one small part to creating professional quality vocals from home. Be sure to grab my free vocal production cheat sheet in the description below, which will walk you through step-by-step how to record your vocals, how to edit them, and finally how to mix them, including different plugin chain ideas to help you get the most professional, highest quality vocals as possible. If you like this video, be sure to check out my other video playing on the screen right now, where I go more in depth on how you can use iZotope RX to clean up your vocals. It covers a lot of stuff that I didn't cover in this video. With that, have an awesome day, keep creating, and always be adventuring.